So in this session we are going to see what are the versions of .NET framework. See, every software contains some versions. Suppose MS Office 2003 version is there, 2007 version is there, 2010, 2013, 2016 version also upcoming, like that. .NET framework is also software, so it has some versions. So whenever you compare the old version and a new version, what is the main difference? Generally all the concepts of old version is carry forward in the latest version, plus some additional features will be there. In the same way, some bug fixes will be there. What is meant by bug fixes? What are the problematic code in the previous version? What are the suggestions or expectations given by programmers to Microsoft? That will be corrected, and those are called bug fixes. So how many versions of .NET framework is available so far? So we'll say 10 versions. .NET framework 1.0, 1.1, 2.0, 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, 4.5, 4.5.1, 4.5.2, 4.6 is the latest version. 4.6 version is released in 2015 August. So I am writing the relevant year of release. That is 2002 is the first version, 2003 is 1.1 version, 2005 is 2.0, 2006 is 3.0, 2007 is 3.5, 2010, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. These are the respective year of release. But the main point here is, in an interview they will ask what is the difference between the previous version and this version. They will ask you like what is the difference between 4.6 and 4.5.2, and what is the difference between 4.0 and 4.5, etc., etc. So let's see that. So in .NET Framework 1.0 itself, we have all the OOPS concepts: console application development, Windows application development, web application development. But we don't have support for mobile applications. Mobile application support is introduced in .NET Framework 1.1. Okay, and some bug fixes also available in 1.1. In 2.0, partial classes, collections, properties, master pages, this type of concepts is introduced. Okay, in case of 3.0, what is the new feature? WPF, WCF concepts are introduced. WPF means Windows Presentation Foundation. WCF means Windows Communication Foundation. So what is the difference between, what is the meaning of WPF? So WPF is like advanced Windows Forms applications. WinForms applications already available in the first version. Its advanced version is WPF. WCF is advanced services. What is meant by service? Reusable component. Once we create some set of functions as a service, we can call the same in any type of application. Anonymously we can access. So for reusability purpose, we will use WCF. And in 3.5, link stands for language integrated query, and also AJAX concept is introduced. Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. What AJAX? ASP.NET AJAX is introduced. ASP.NET is available in the first version itself. Web application means what? ASP.NET. But in ASP.NET, AJAX concept is introduced additionally. That's why we call it as ASP.NET AJAX, because it's a part of ASP.NET. So in brief, link is meant for querying. For example, you want to retrieve the data from database. Traditionally, what you have to do, you have to write a SQL query and you have to execute the SQL query using ADO.NET. But with the help of link, we will write a link query and we will execute the link query against the database directly. So internally, link uses SQL and ADO.NET. In link, we will not use the database, we will not use SQL directly, but internally as a part of link, it will use SQL. And AJAX is meant for asynchronous interactions with the database. For example, without refreshing the web page, I want to asynchronously communicate with the server. I want to send request to server. I want to get response from server without refreshing the page. How it is possible? That is possible through ASP.NET AJAX. Okay, don't confuse. I am explaining very briefly, but in the actual lessons further, we will see the detailed explanation. .NET Framework 4.0 means ADO.NET, Entity Framework, and ASP.NET MVC. ADO.NET Entity Framework means it will support all the link concepts. Additionally, it supports code first approach also. So using with the help of Entity Framework, we are able to communicate with the database without knowing even ADO.NET or SQL also, much like link. Additionally, Entity Framework supports code first approach. Code first approach means you will develop a class. Based on the class, the database table will be automatically created. And ASP.NET MVC. MVC stands for Model View Controller. So nowadays, to get a job, MVC knowledge is must. Everybody means a fresher, experienced person. Everybody require MVC knowledge today to get a job based on .NET. So MVC means Model View Controller. Means we are dividing the project into three parts. Model, View, Controller. So model represents the data, view represents the user interface, controller represents the interaction between view and model. And then we have .NET Framework 4.5. Here ASP.NET Web API is introduced. What is the meaning of Web API? It is advanced than WCF. In 2006, WCF was introduced, right? Its advanced version is ASP.NET Web API. Nowadays, everybody use Web API rather than using WCF. But basic concepts is same. WCF, Web API, both are meant for development of reusable services. What is meant by service? A service is a set of reusable functions which can be called in many types of many types of applications. It may be .NET applications, Java applications, PHP application, any mobile application like iPhone, Android application, anything. So also we have ASP.NET Open Authentication concept. Means we can log in with Google, log in with Facebook. Such type of features can be implemented in .NET projects. See, we'll take any mobile application today. We'll have an option log in with Google, log in with Facebook. Such type of things. So those concepts are called as ASP.NET Open Authentication. And in ASP.NET 4.5.1, some new features are introduced in ASP.NET MVC. Other than ASP.NET MVC, there are no much differences. Only ASP.NET MVC has some new concepts. And in 4.5.2 also same thing happened. Some other additional new features are introduced. So except MVC, all are equal in between 2012 to 2014. But in 2015, what happens is ASP.NET 5 has been released. ASP.NET 5 is entirely different from regular ASP.NET. The coding style, the standards, the internals, everything changed in between. So we will see this ASP.NET 5 later. So like this, these are the quick differences between older version of .NET to latest version.